Hole making removes 3 times as much metal as all other cutting operations combined. The process involves drilling, tapping, reaming, and countersinking. These operations are slowed down by inaccuracy, inconsistency, and improper tool geometry. This results in machine downtime, frequent tool changes, slower cycle times, higher scrap rate, and increased secondary operations, as well as greater tool purchase, inventory, and regrind costs. Rush drill and tool grinders are designed to reduce the cost of hole making. This has been proven for over 25 years at thousands of customers worldwide. There are several different models in the Rush lineup. Most are available in manual, semi-automatic, or automatic in-feed versions. The Model 132C has an 80 thousandths to 1 1/4 inch capacity and is available as either a bench or floor mount machine. The larger model, 250A, has a 3/32 to 2 inch capacity. This is the structural steel version, which comes standard with an electroplated CBN wheel and cam for grinding the structural steel point, for drilling I-beams and other heavy fabrications. The Model 252, also with a 3/32 to 2 inch capacity, is the more versatile dual cam machine. This is the popular semi-automatic version. The speed control is conveniently located for the operator. Next to it, the 4-way valve controls direction and can be set in neutral for indexing and positioning. The models 380 and 382 have a 3/16 to 3 1/8 inch capacity. This is the Model 382 automatic in-feed version. The automatic in-feed system features a counter that can be set for up to 99 cycles, an ammeter to monitor the grinding load, and a switch that cuts the feed rate in half. Larger motors and electroplated CBN wheels that eliminate dressing are standard. While the drill is being ground, the operator is free to do other nearby tasks, and manual feed can be engaged at any time. Rush machines are designed for long-term accuracy. All machines feature a balanced sealed motor, rubber coupler, 2 sets of sealed ball bearings, and a standard taper nose spindle. The taper spindle is needed for CBN and diamond wheels to reduce runout and increase wheel life. Slides are protected by accordion or metal covers to keep out grit, and all have adjustable taper gibs. There is also an adjustable solid stop for repeatable positioning when point splitting or end mill gashing. The larger models have a vertical axis with height scales on the column. Center line is the 0 point on the scale. The Model 132C has a roller bearing arc for rapid positioning of the workhead above the center line. The traverse and in-feed dials are graduated in thousandths of an inch, or in metric increments, and have slip rings for zeroing. The workhead uses a positive drive system of gears on a high-accuracy Rodelin spindle bearing. The precision chuck with its 6 hardened jaws can be periodically re-indicated to maintain tool concentricity. All models use hardened cams to generate relief on either right-hand or left-hand tools. The 250A and 380 have a single 2:1 cam ratio. The 132C, 252, and 382 have both 2:1 and 1:1 cam ratios. No tools are needed to change the cams. The Rush machines are simple to set up and operate, yet they are also very versatile. As an example, let's go step by step through the operation of grinding and web thinning a standard taper shank drill. First, set the point angle at 118 degrees and lock the workhead. Put on the number 4 cam. This is used for all standard right-hand points, and lock in the oscillation of the workhead. Set the lip relief as shown on the chart that comes with the machine. Each relief step has a detent. Set the chuck latch in the slot marked RH. Put the drill into the supplied Morse taper steady. Insert through the workhead and close the chuck until it is almost tight. Slide the setting blade in and set the drill lip on the blade stem. The numbers on the blade represent drill diameters in 1/16 of an inch. Tighten the chuck and pull the blade back. Now, switch on the motor and feed the grinding wheel into position. Continue the infeed and start rotating the workhead. When the drill contacts the wheel, grind off about 0.02 per pass until the drill is sharpened. Then take 1 or 2 spark-out passes. To web thin the drill, swing the workhead over and engage the pin that locates the workhead perpendicular to the grinding wheel. Index to the number 4 slot and lower the grinding wheel to 55 on the vertical scale. Bring the grinding wheel up to the web of the drill and grind the web on one side. Index to the opposite side, then feed back to the same point on the dial. For the Model 132C, the workhead is rocked up for web thinning or point splitting. After having ground several drills, the grinding wheel can be dressed by holding the dresser in the chuck and feeding the wheel across. An optional overhead wheel dresser allows the wheel to be dressed in a few seconds without interrupting the grinding setup. The dresser rides on hardened shafts and has a click-down feed in 1/1000 of an inch increments. The angle dresser is used for truing the side face of the wheel or forming special angles. Electroplated CBN and diamond wheels eliminate the need for dressing and are standard on some versions and are available for all models. Rush drill and tool grinders have the flexibility needed for greater productivity. They can grind the proper geometry for a variety of operations and materials. The split point aids in centering the drill, breaks up chips for deep hole drilling, and reduces thrust. This optional electroplated CBN wheel is used for both point grinding and splitting. Lip correction balances the cutting edges, changes the rake angle for certain materials, and chip breaking. The 4-facet point allows for increased feed rates and is self-centering. For reducing burrs while drilling thin material, the sheet metal point is used. The structural steel point is used for drilling I-beams and other structural steel. It is self-centering, allows high feed rates, and creates a round burr-free hole. Double angle points increase tool life in cast iron and exit cleanly to reduce burrs. The use of step tools reduces tool changes. Most can be reground or created from standard tools. Core drills are used to enlarge and finish pre-drilled or pre-cast holes. Many different styles of carbide drills can be ground by using a diamond wheel. In addition to drills, many other tools can be ground with very little change in the setup. Taps can be chamfer sharpened to almost any lead angle and relief, and the end can be ground back to set the chamfer length. To go from sharpening this 4-flute tap on the Model 252 to a 3-flute tap, just change the cam, loosen the chuck, and remove the 4-flute tap. Set one lip, tighten the chuck, and it is ready to grind. Reamers can be sharpened and faced, and the OD can be resized or stepped. Most types of countersinks can be ground, including single flute and hole type. Pilots for step tools can be ground to size, and shanks can also be ground. End mills and counterbores can be completely ground in one setup, including primary and secondary relief and gashing. The relief angles are generated by lowering the grinding wheel below the center line. The angles for given height settings are shown on a chart provided with the machine. In less than 2 minutes, the standard workhead can be replaced with the optional air-bearing fixture to grind the ODs of end mills and other tools. The nearly frictionless air spindle ensures a smooth, consistent grind. The relief angles are set directly on a scale, and the fine feed allows stock removal of the diameter in 1/1000th or metric increments. The fixture is also available on a universal base to mount on most universal tool and cutter grinders or surface grinders. Rush also makes radius grinding attachments for end mills and other tools for use on universal tool and cutter grinders. The Rush drill and tool grinders are designed to be a simple, flexible means of grinding your tools with accuracy and consistency. Each machine comes with an illustrated step-by-step manual and an in-depth training DVD that is indexed to allow operators to learn or review specific operations. To see the results from a Rush grinder, just send us a few tools for sample grinding. Please include information on the material and how it is being machined. If you need more information or would like to discuss your application, please contact your dealer or Rush Machinery.